much I spend a day on using, at least 1,000 to 1,500.
Like, it's so easy to fall down, but to get yourself back up, it's like 30 times harder.
Once you come down here, it's like a black hole. You never get out.
Like, I regret ever using. Honestly, I don't think I'm ready to get clean. I kind of gave up. I just gave up. I kind of gave up.
Welcome to U.S. Homeless Stories.
On Us Homeless Stories, Los Angeles is a city of two realities. One lives behind gated homes, movie studios, and billion-dollar industries. The other lives in tents. In 2025, more than 72,000 people across Los Angeles County were experiencing homelessness. Encampments stretch beneath freeways, along river channels, and through neighborhoods where rent keeps rising. In Skid Row, addiction, mental illness, and poverty collide in full public view. What makes Los Angeles so unsettling is not only the scale, it is how normal it has become. Thousands sleep outside while luxury developments rise around them. The tents remain. The city keeps moving. At what point does a crisis become everyday life? This is not just homelessness. This is Los Angeles facing a problem bigger than the solutions built to contain it. Stay with this story until the end, because what you see may change how you understand Los Angeles beyond Hollywood. If this story hits you, leave a comment, support the video with a like, and subscribe to Us Homeless Stories. 1. Los Angeles and the never-ending crisis. Los Angeles, the city of endless sunshine and world-famous dreams, holds a much more complex reality beneath its gleaming surface. The homelessness crisis here continues year after year, touching tens of thousands of lives. According to the 2025 Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count by LAHSA, about 72,308 people experienced homelessness across Los Angeles County, with the city of Los Angeles accounting for around 43,699. This remains one of the nation's most visible challenges, with many longtime residents losing stable housing despite years of contribution to the city. For hundreds pushed into this reality, each day brings a relentless struggle to meet basic needs. Without a door to close or a private space to rest, people must constantly adapt, carrying belongings, searching for safe spots, managing daytime heat that can exceed 90 degrees, and navigating crowded public areas where rest is never guaranteed. The emotional weight is immense. Watching a once stable life unravel, explaining their situation to others, and longing for the simple security of home. Many feel invisible in a city, once full of opportunity, now facing daily uncertainty that tests every ounce of resilience. The crisis reveals deep layers of hardship. Limited access to hygiene, proper nutrition, and reliable rest wears down both body and spirit. Relationships strain, personal goals are postponed, and dignity slowly erodes when everyday life plays out publicly. Yet amid these difficulties, many hold on to remarkable strength, building small support networks, seeking available resources, and refusing to give up hope. How would your own sense of security and belonging change if you suddenly found yourself without a stable home in Los Angeles? Life can shift unexpectedly for anyone. reminding us to approach these stories with understanding and compassion. Stay with this full story through Us Homeless Stories. If the realities of this crisis in Los Angeles touch your heart, please like the video and subscribe so we can continue exploring these important truths from communities across America. Two, how fentanyl is changing the streets of LA. Building directly from the broader crisis, one of the most powerful forces reshaping Los Angeles streets is the widespread presence of fentanyl and other potent substances. Fentanyl, a synthetic opioid many times stronger than heroin or morphine, has become common alongside methamphetamine and cocaine in street-level use. LA County public health tracking shows that many health complications among those experiencing homelessness connect to these substances, changing life for thousands. For many individuals, contact with these drugs begins during intense stress, untreated pain, or emotional hardship, quickly leading to severe addiction. Fentanyl's potency means even small amounts can create dependency, pulling people into cycles where finding the next dose overshadows almost everything else. Methamphetamine brings intense alertness followed by deep crashes, while cocaine creates short bursts of energy that end in exhaustion. Hundreds who once maintained routines and relationships now find their days revolving around cravings, withdrawal symptoms, and the search for relief in unsafe environments. The impact on the body and mind is profound. Severe addiction often brings fatigue, poor focus, mood swings, and disrupted sleep that make basic survival feel overwhelming. Without a stable place to rest or recover, these effects compound, making it harder to eat, stay hydrated, or engage with outreach services. The heart carries a heavy burden, wanting to break free while feeling trapped, the sorrow of lost family connections, and the shame that grows when addiction overshadows identity and hope. How might your own strength and clarity be tested if severe addiction entered your world during a vulnerable time in Los Angeles? Life's challenges can touch anyone, reminding us to respond with empathy, not judgment. Stay engaged with the full journey on Us Homeless Stories. If this honest look at substance challenges on Los Angeles streets moves you, please like the video and subscribe so we can keep sharing real accounts from communities across America. Three, housing, the deepest root cause. The foundation of so many housing struggles in Los Angeles traces directly back to the deep crisis of affordable housing. Skyrocketing costs have created a gap that feels nearly impossible to bridge for countless longtime residents. According to 2025 housing data tied to Los Angeles County, many extremely low-income renter households spend more than half their income on shelter, while the region still faces a severe shortage of units for modest wages. Over 57% of adults experiencing homelessness in the county had lived in Los Angeles for more than 20 years before losing housing, proving deep roots offer little protection when affordability collapses. This pressure quietly displaces hundreds every month, thousand-wise. Service workers, retail employees, and families who watch rent rise far beyond wage growth. One medical issue, reduced hours, or unexpected bill can become the tipping point that forces them from apartments they called home for years. The emotional toll runs deep. unpacking decades of memories, explaining the loss to loved ones, and starting over with only a few bags. Without a stable address, job applications become harder, connections weaken, and belonging in the city they helped build slowly fades. Daily life becomes a constant calculation of limited resources. Without a secure place to return to, even rest feels fragile. People spend long days searching for opportunities while wondering where they will sleep, how to protect belongings, and how to keep hope alive when every door seems to require an address they no longer have. How would your own peace change if housing costs pushed you toward the edge in Los Angeles? Life can turn quickly, reminding us how thin the line between security and hardship truly is. These insights deepen when you journey with us through the full story on Us Homeless Stories. If this section touches your heart, please like the video and subscribe so we can keep sharing these important truths across America. Temporary shacks in the heart of Los Angeles. In the shadow of Los Angeles' gleaming skyline, temporary encampments have become a stark feature of the urban landscape. Across downtown corridors, under freeway overpasses, and along riverbanks, hundreds of tents cluster together, housing people who once lived in stable homes. Recent data from the 2025 Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count by LAHSA reveals that unsheltered individuals make up a significant portion of the roughly 43,699 people experiencing homelessness in the city of Los Angeles, with many residing in these visible makeshift communities. Life inside these encampments unfolds with quiet determination amid constant. Without a door to lock or a private space to rest, residents organize their few belongings in shopping carts, seeking shade during scorching afternoons that can push temperatures well above 90 degrees. Simple tasks like charging a phone or finding clean water require hours of walking and negotiation. The lack of reliable sanitation facilities adds layers of discomfort and health concerns that wear down even the strongest spirits day after day. Hundreds are pushed onto these streets after losing housing due to unforeseen events, carrying the heavy emotional weight of watching their previous lives slip away while trying to maintain dignity in public view. These conditions highlight the profound daily hardships, the vulnerability of sleeping exposed to noise and foot traffic, the constant need to guard personal items, and the ache of having no place to truly unwind after long days of survival efforts. The human heart yearns for safety and belonging, yet here it must adapt to environments where rest itself feels uncertain. How might your own sense of security shift if you suddenly had to create a home from tarps and goodwill each night in Los Angeles? Anyone's circumstances can change unexpectedly, reminding us how fragile stability can be. As viewers, we share a quiet responsibility to see these neighbors not as distant statistics, but as people deserving of understanding and support. Their resilience in building small networks of care within these encampments speaks to a deeper human strength that calls on all of us to reflect on our common bonds. Stay with this story through Us Homeless Stories. Feeling the weight of these realities may move you. Consider liking the video if it touches your heart, and subscribe to the channel to journey further with these authentic accounts from communities across America. Your presence here helps illuminate truths that matter. 5. The Los Angeles dream is becoming too expensive. The promise that once defined Los Angeles now carries a cost that feels insurmountable for many longtime residents. Skyrocketing housing expenses have transformed the California dream into something increasingly out of reach. According to housing analyses tied to 2025 data, a vast majority of extremely low-income renter households in the region face severe cost burdens, often spending more than half their earnings on shelter alone, while the county grapples with tens of thousands lacking affordable options despite years of local ties. This economic pressure quietly displaces hundreds who built lives here, working steady jobs in service, retail, or creative fields, only to find rents climbing faster than any wage adjustments. One medical bill or temporary job loss becomes the tipping point, forcing families to leave apartments they called home for decades. The emotional toll runs deep. The sorrow of explaining changed circumstances to children, the loneliness of watching familiar neighborhoods transform, and the exhaustion of carrying belongings while searching for the next temporary solution. Without a stable address, opportunities for work and connection diminish, creating a heavy sense of being adrift in the very city that symbolized hope. Daily existence turns into a careful calculation of limited resources, where even basic rest feels like a luxury denied. The heart grows weary from the endless cycle of applications, waiting lists, and the quiet shame of explaining why home is no longer possible. These struggles reveal how deeply housing instability wounds personal identity and future planning. What would it feel like to watch the city you love become financially unreachable, knowing one setback could place you among those sleeping outdoors? Life's uncertainties touch everyone, urging us to value the thin line that separates comfort from hardship. We each hold a part in fostering communities where dreams do not have to be abandoned due to cost alone. Witnessing this reality through Us Homeless Stories invites a gentle sense of shared responsibility to support solutions that keep doors open for those who contribute daily to Los Angeles's vitality. Continuing with us on this channel allows the full picture to emerge. If these stories stir something within, a like helps amplify them. And subscribing to Us Homeless Stories ensures you stay connected to real experiences shaping lives right now in America. Six. Has the shelter system reached its limit? Even with growing awareness, the shelter system in Los Angeles strains under immense demand. The ratio stands at roughly one shelter bed for every 2.5 people experiencing homelessness, according to HUD-aligned 2024-2025 comparisons, while interim housing reports note periods where significant portions of available spots went unused due to access or suitability challenges. In the city of Los Angeles, thousands cycle through these options, yet capacity consistently falls short of need. For those fortunate enough to secure a bed, the experience brings temporary relief mixed with new restrictions. Hundreds who arrive after months on the streets carry the accumulated fatigue of constant vigilance, now trading street unpredictability for the stress of waiting lists and eligibility reviews. The lack of sufficient family-friendly or privacy-focused options leaves many feeling unseen in their specific circumstances, deepening the quiet frustration of needing help but facing barriers at every turn. The daily hardship of not having a consistent place to return to weighs heavily. Simple acts like preparing a meal or storing belongings become complicated negotiations. Emotional exhaustion builds from repeated denials or short stays that end too soon, returning people to uncertainty. This reality exposes the profound vulnerability of carrying life's burdens without a reliable anchor. If shelter availability determined whether you or someone you care about could rest safely tonight in Los Angeles, how would that change your perspective on daily stability? Circumstances can shift for any of us, highlighting the importance of systems that truly meet people where they are. Our shared humanity calls us to consider how better aligned resources could ease these pressures, reflecting a collective care for neighbors navigating tough transitions. These insights from Us Homeless Stories deepen with every moment you remain engaged. Should the human realities here resonate, please like to show support and subscribe to the channel so we can continue exploring these vital stories together across the country. Seven. What can save Los Angeles? Hope for Los Angeles takes shape through practical, multi-layered approaches that address both immediate needs and the foundation for lasting stability. Coordinated city and county efforts have already helped move thousands into interim housing placements, with 2024 to 2025 reports documenting progress through expanded outreach teams and quicker connections to supportive services. These initiatives have supported over 37,000 placements into temporary housing in recent periods, while preventing thousands more from losing their housing altogether, according to Los Angeles County emergency response summaries. On the ground, these programs mean real differences in daily life for people who have spent months or years navigating without a stable place to return to each evening. Caseworkers walk alongside individuals, listening to their unique stories and linking them with skill-building opportunities, health resources, and step-by-step pathways toward independent living. For hundreds pushed onto the streets by rising costs or sudden setbacks, such support creates a bridge back to routines once considered ordinary. The ability to prepare a meal in peace, store belongings without constant worry, and regain the dignity that comes from contributing to a community again. Yet the path forward is rarely smooth. Wait times for permanent options can stretch on, and gaps in resources continue testing patience and inner resolve. The emotional journey includes moments of renewed hope when small milestones are reached, balanced against the lingering weight of past losses and the constant quiet fear of slipping back into uncertainty. Without a reliable home base, everyday limitations compound into profound exhaustion. People rise each morning to search for opportunities, while managing the physical toll of inconsistent rest, limited hygiene access, and the mental strain of carrying life's responsibilities without privacy or security. The heart bears the sorrow of watching opportunities pass by because there is no fixed address for applications or the simple peace needed to plan ahead. These constraints reveal how deeply the absence of stable housing affects every aspect of well-being, turning what should be manageable days into ongoing battles for basic stability. What combination of practical steps, endurings, from expanded housing development to personalized support networks, could help more cities like Los Angeles create genuine turning points for those working hard to rebuild? Considering how easily life circumstances can shift for any of us encourages deeper reflection on the kinds of systems that truly lift people up. In witnessing these ongoing efforts, we feel a broader, quiet call to nurture environments where compassion leads to sustained, effective help. It reminds us that when communities invest in practical solutions rooted in understanding individual journeys, real progress becomes possible, and every person gains a chance to rediscover their potential. Stay with this full story through to the end with Us Homeless Stories. These realities from Los Angeles offer a deeper window into experiences shaping lives right now across America. If the human strength and challenges shared here resonate with you, consider liking the video to show support, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue bringing these authentic accounts forward together. Eight. Conclusion. Los Angeles stands as a powerful symbol of both soaring aspirations and the deep challenges of housing instability. From the realities of temporary encampments and the overwhelming cost of the California dream, through strained shelter systems and emerging pathways forward, the full picture reveals a city in the midst of profound transition. The 2025 Greater Los Angeles homeless count showed modest reductions in unsheltered numbers alongside ongoing needs, underscoring that focused efforts on housing access and supportive connections can create meaningful movement even amid persistent difficulties. These stories from the streets carry the full emotional weight of human endurance, the quiet sorrow of lost homes, the daily fatigue of navigating life without security, and the persistent hope that refuses to fade. People here face profound limitations without a place to truly belong, yet they demonstrate remarkable strength through small acts of care, mutual support, and the determination to keep moving forward. The heart holds both grief for what has been left behind and a deep longing for the stability that allows life to unfold with dignity and possibility once more. What role might each of us play, in our own circles, to help foster a future where fewer people in vibrant cities like Los Angeles must carry such isolating burdens alone? Reflecting on life's uncertainties invites us to approach these realities with greater empathy and a commitment to understanding. In witnessing the full scope of these experiences, a gentle truth comes into focus. Our shared humanity means that supporting those facing housing hardship ultimately strengthens the entire community. It serves as a heartfelt reminder of our collective responsibility to see the full dignity and potential in every neighbor's journey. Thank you sincerely for staying with this story until the very end. Your time and attention allow these important realities from Los Angeles to reach hearts and minds across the country through Us Homeless Stories. We are truly grateful that you chose to walk through this with us. May those experiencing homelessness in Los Angeles and beyond find moments of safety and kindness each day. May stable doors open for them when the time is right, and may they feel seen, valued, and supported on their path toward renewed hope and security. If the human strength and truths shared in this video touched you, please consider liking it so others might discover these stories too, and subscribe to the channel to continue this journey with more authentic accounts from communities across America. Your presence here makes a real difference.